everything but the ability to put pen to paper is gone, man. And I'm too aware of it, to not recognize that it is just my time to bow out.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get this out in one take. Psych, it's definitely gonna have a it's definitely gonna have a few edits in here, but I'm gonna try to get out as much of my thought that I possibly can in one go. Usually, when I talk to myself, the cameras aren't on, so here we go. I at least wanted to do one of these, if not multiple this year. Obviously, this year is going to be my last year competing in battle rap, and we're halfway through, and it's weird. It's a weird feeling. It's been a push and pull kind of feeling. Any given day that I think about it, sometimes I'm excited for it. Sometimes I'm upset about it. 6 months in, this isn't where I want it to be. Good start as far as 230s on Shuni and Clips. But two battles in 6 months, it just, it wasn't what I had planned out. When I thought in my head that this was going to be my last year, I thought active, activity, just do a lot and battle as many times as you can, get it out of your system, and although I still feel that dread, when it comes to writing, although it kind of picks up, I feel a little bit better when I kind of get towards it. When it's battle week, maybe when I'm writing the third round, I feel a little bit better about the process and loving the process like I used to. But regardless of feeling that dread, just as a competitor, it's like I'm an athlete, not physically in the sense. Obviously, you have to perform and it's a mental game, but I'm an athlete in the sense of, this has been my identity for a long time. And before battle rap, I kind of had trouble in life in general, even to this day at 36, finding your identity and who you really are and what you stand for and what really matters to you, right? So battle rap played a huge part in this whole, this whole Mike P thing. I was Michael Polisi my entire life, and then I was making music well before battle rap, but when battle rap came along, I became two people, so it's been part of my life for 13 years now. And halfway through, it's weird. I like it and I don't like it. The Shuni and the Clips battle was weird in the sense of getting 30s and just kind of being lackluster battles in general, not really motivating battles in general. I just signed a contract as well. I do have one guaranteed battle. But obviously, when I look at the scope of how much time I have left and then how much time it takes me to write and what I like, it is disappointing knowing I really, at max, have 4 battles left. 6 on the year is a high number for me. I usually don't battle 6 times in a year. But it's the thought of it being like the max and not actually what I'm going to get or be able to, to be able to book. It's been an interesting ride. And we're going to, really going to talk about it towards the end of the year. I got a lot of things cooking up, man. I don't want to just get out of here, man. And as far as certain battles that are going to be booked, I mean, I'm really going to be going out with a bang for sure. Performance wise, idea wise, I mean, I'm letting it all out. I'm letting it all out. The Shuni battle was really nothing to me as far as motivating me. Nothing against Shuni because Charlie Clips, legend, TV star, the whole 9, 30'd him and still, didn't really feel much out of it. If anything, the only thing I felt with the Charlie battle was kind of just staring across from something that I'm kind of retiring to get away from. I don't want to be that guy, that artist. And it's my self-awareness that, has gotten me to the dance and has gotten me as far as I've taken this. I mean, my career is, you know, it's one to look back on for sure. Very proud of what I've done. And I plan on really like going crazy this year as well. So yeah, it was like one of those moments where I'm kind of standing across from clips, and it's like, man, if this was 6 years ago, 7 years ago, I would be starstruck. My material would have been, oh my God, it would have been wild, right? But then like two things happened during that battle that showed me even more. And once again, it's like, while I feel upset, I mean, I've shed many tears thinking about this being my last year. But at the end of the day, I mean, with every passing day, it makes more and more sense than I know it already does. You know, and two things happened during that Clips battle. One, it was the idea of like looking at him and not even being excited, right? Just looking at Clips' resume and who he is, and regardless of anything that he's done in his career lately or what people have to say about him now, I've stood across from people that did, you know, that are legends and top tiers and great people that you know, were at a point in their career where they weren't being as respected, but still blew my mind to stand across from. Serious Jones, Big T, Shotgun Suge at that time, and many others. You know, that just doesn't go away, and it's the fact that it has, right? And with me also, my material versus Clips was man, it was weak. It was weak, and it wasn't the first time I've ever had weak material. I do think I'm one of the most consistent battlers ever, man. I really don't do bad. Like, there's really not a bad performance you could point out from me other than Bill Collector, you know? But that second indicator of why I need to get out of here is the fact that it was weak by choice. And I had never made a choice like that, you know, before battling somebody. Going in my head, if the time limit is 90 seconds, I'm writing 90 seconds, and that's it. Second round, I'm going to do the same thing. Third round, I'm going to do the same thing. I 30'd Clips with the weakest material that I've ever written, and that's nothing to be proud of. Nothing to be proud of. I should have annihilated him. That was the first battle I've ever had in my life. 13 years, probably 50 plus battles now. Where I really didn't try. And before that, Shuni had been the latest I've ever prepped for a battle. Before that, Real Deal had been the latest I'd prepped. Before that, Bankhead had been the latest I'd prepped. I know I'm gonna get there. And although Charlie Clips wasn't a motivating battle, and trust me, certain battles that are, you know, lined up for this year are motivating. I'm only picking motivating battles going forward, so I can just get out of bed and really do what I need to do, right? And I will. You know, but it's the knowing that I could even get there in the first place. And, you know, we got time, man. We got 6 months left in the year. And I'm going to drop a few of these. I'm going to try. We'll pick different settings. I'll be in the living room. I'll be in the backyard. Hit the bag. Maybe I'll step out of the sauna, Ryu style. Pause. But, yeah, I feel like I just need to get my thoughts out, and I've been holding them in for 6 months, and it's not good. And although I know I'm gonna let it all out at the end of the year, you know, as far as just talking to you guys, we'll stay in touch. Maybe this will be a series. You know, maybe next time I'll actually speak on a different topic, a deep topic, a real topic. You know, human stuff on my side. If you've been a day oneer, you know the transparency on my end. And yeah, that's it. See you later.